Welcome back to another episode of Not So Pro Football Talk. We are doing only football talk today. And guess what, AJ? You want to hear some amazing news right now?
What is that?
We are 37 days away from the start of the NFL season. 37. We are, I think 10 days away from the Hall of Fame game, which is going to be exciting for the first 5 minutes. And then you go, wow, okay, this is really boring. I want to change the channel. Other than being able to see Caleb Williams, because I do believe he's playing that game. But we are 37 days away. And I've been feeling good. Eric is saying, I've been waiting. Where's my invite?
He's referring to the last podcast we have. Rave, that's all me, buddy. Okay, but we are doing it for sure this Thursday. Rave's actually be joining us for some fantasy football mock drafts here live on the podcast. You better not flake out, Rave. We're counting on you, buddy.
Is he going to have the camera on?
He's going to have the camera on.
Ooh, very
live
nice.
reveal, Rave.
Wow. We got a reveal of Liam the other day in the Discord.
Yeah.
That was, wow.
I want to fight him.
You want to fight him? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I want to fix his swing and then fight him.
Jeez. It says, boys, Dizzle isn't satisfied on the 5K results. Hungry to get faster and better. You got first place. What was your time? I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm trying to find it in Discord, but
you should be happy.
You didn't post your time. Where's your time?
You should be happy, Dizzle. We all know you got that medal off of Amazon, but we are all so very proud of you for training and for putting yourself out there. So congratulations to you, Dizzle. We're happy for you. And next time we'll sponsor your clothing, okay? And we'll donate the clothes, but you got to wear it. But we'll sponsor it.
I'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, we have to wear it though.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Dizzle says Liam is a twig. That is uncalled for. He's not even here to defend himself, Dizzle. Uncalled for. Ray says, what do you guys use to get in the call? We use something like StreamYard that right now to get on a call, but we'll send you a link and you can join from there. Don't you worry. It's all on the internet. You don't need to download anything. 1842, not bad. That's a pretty good time. Beat my time, my fastest time in cross country. I don't even know what I peaked at, honestly, at this point. Big Money Joe, welcome in, brother. Happy to see you here. I'll rock an NSP shirt, Nets podcast. Ooh.
Oh yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Nets 5K, not podcast. Okay. All right. AJ faked on me. He's scared to kick it with me. Dang.
Dude,
AJ,
I was telling Vince, dude, I really wanted to go, but honestly, I mean, I had work, and to be honest with you, Big Money, I am a little scared. No, I am a little scared to kick it with Big Money because I don't think I could keep up with him. I see the videos that he posts on here, and like, hey man, me from like 3 or 4 years ago, sure, let's do it. I'm in, but I don't know if I could keep up with you anymore, Joe.
Nice. As long as it isn't heavy cotton, we'll get you something nice. If you
100%
wear it for
polyester.
5K, you posted a picture of you in the Discord. We'll get you something nice.
Heck yeah, dude.
Nice. All right. AJ's too old. Dang. How old is he, Rave? How old is he?
How old am I, Rave? Come on, dude. I do feel old. I feel very old. I do.
Don't be saying stuff like that. I'm older than you.
I know. I'm the youngest of the bunch. Come on, guys.
All right, so today we are getting into some football talk, and our biggest news of the day, which is the two biggest contracts that have come out as of late, is Love and Tua got paid. Now, the question is, do they deserve it? So Love finally got his deal on Friday. It is going to be averaging $55 million per year. Not that much guaranteed. I was very surprised with the guaranteed money. I was very happy with it as a Packer fan. And Tua got paid a couple days before that. I think he's averaging 52, 53 a year, if I remember correctly. and he got a lot of guaranteed money, actually, a lot, which something you wouldn't want to give to a guy who's been as injuries prone as Tua has. So, AJ, I obviously have a reaction as a Packer fan to the Love deal. Then, obviously, I can talk about Tua. But you, as a Niners fan who's impartial here, what was your thoughts about these deals here?
My thoughts were pretty much the same, but for every team. Okay, it's a different circumstance, but really very similar situations of where they're at. We see it with Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. What choice did they really have, right? They were having to set that new QB market anyway, and they're going to have to make their guy happy. Who else do they have? They missed out on the QB draft class this past year. They're already committed to Trevor Lawrence. They're not going to move on. They have no other choice. They got no one in the free agency. They have no other choice than to stick with them, pay the guy, and just keep your fingers crossed that this is your franchise guy. Let's move over to Miami, right? Miami, same situation. You got a brand new head coach. He said, you know what? I'm going to commit to Tua. This is going to be my guy. And what happened? This is the best QB play we've had in the past decade. It really is. It is nothing like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, but it's just the best that they have right now. And they don't know if it's going to get better because what? They didn't commit to the draft to get a quarterback. They didn't commit in free agency to get a quarterback. So what are they doing? This is the best we've got. We're doing good. We made it to the playoffs. We haven't done that in I don't know how long, maybe because of Tom Brady in that era. But you know what? Fingers crossed. This is our franchise guy. We got to pay him. Now let's move over to Green Bay here. Am I going to push some buttons here with Reed? The Green Bay Packers, their back up is up against the wall. They committed to this guy a long time ago. They kind of waited, right? Because Aaron Rodgers wanted to play another year with the Packers, so we didn't get to see more of Love. Love played 18 games, did good for about half of those games, which is 9, which is good enough for him to get the contract, because if you don't give Love the contract, one, Reed said this last podcast, by the way, excellent podcast last Monday, you and Vince did. One, he is unhappy, right? So he's holding a grudge against the Green Bay Packers. And two, you said that you're going to have that grudge against the Packers because
if they didn't give him one, okay,
if they didn't pay him, if they didn't give him a contract. So one, he's thinking about that. Two, other teams are going to be able to come in here, intervene, and say, "Hey, I like this guy. I didn't commit to a quarterback last year. I didn't draft a quarterback. I like this guy because he actually panned out, right?" So now the Packers' backs are up against the wall. Let us commit to our guy, and for me, is not really setting the new QB market. It's transitioning into the new QB market because it's not going to stay this way. It's going to change again, and it might change pretty soon.
All right. Let's get into some comments before I get into my thoughts. Next 5K is August 26th, Dizzle says, so we'll have to plan something soon, maybe potentially. We'll see. We'll see how fast we can get a ball rolling on that. That's a month away. Less than a month, actually. Miami's going to regret that contract. Ooh, Dizzle does not like that, but he's a Patriots fan. We can't trust his opinion there.
Oh, he's a Jets fan.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Overpay for 2 quarterbacks that have done nothing, Ray says. Dang, he doesn't believe in either of these guys. I'm in middle of nowhere in El Jimador Bar and Grill in Marble Falls, Texas, having the biggest margarita in the state of Texas. I believe it, man. We do everything bigger in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Can we talk about the Patriots getting 32 ranked wide receivers? We low-key got some young, hungry dogs, and may better be starting day one. Hey, I think we got like the Packers at number 31 or 32 last year, where they ranked our wide receivers, and look where we are now. You guys can make that jump if you get some decent quarterback play.
I'm tired of you continuing to back up Dizzle. This is not the same situation. Woo. This is not, okay? Let's look at the Patriots. Who do they have who's a rookie besides Polk, right? They got a whole bunch of a room full of disappointments. They're not going to do anything. I like it being 32 out of 30. They're a bottom 5 offense. And that's what it is. I want to call it how it is. The only reason why the Packers were ranked that way because they were all young. They were all rookies. Come on, man.
Okay. Hey, all I have to say, you can't go lower from here, Dizzle. The only way is up. Dizzle says Mahomes' contract looking fantastic, and that's one of the greatest deals of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how he hasn't held out, requested for a restructure or whatever. maybe the dude just wants to win. I don't know, but that contract is so good for the Chiefs. Nobody deserves over 50 mil a year. Period. Just stupid.
You don't have to respond to this comment here, Joe, but I don't know. I'm projecting you here at about 35 mil per year. But yeah, I don't know. I got high hopes for you, Joe. But yeah, 50 mil a year. I mean, what do you do with that? What do you do with it?
Well, depending on what state you're in, they take all of it. So, like half of it.
I just need one. I just need
You
one.
need one.
Just one. Yeah.
That's like $500,000.
I can make 50 mil. You could take 49 away. I just need one. I'll make it happen.
They'll take a lot more than that. Okay. Jason Tatum deserves 60 mil. Basketball money is just stupid. It's crazy how much money they get. What year was Jordan Love drafted? He was drafted in 2020. He was a COVID draft, and he didn't play his actual at all his first year because something like health-wise, I forget. Big Money Joe, let's see that drink on Discord. Ooh, has he posted it on Discord yet?
Yeah, I think it's huge.
Hey, stay safe out there, Big Money. Stay safe. Kenny Bourne, former 49ers wide receiver one. You a Kendrick Bourne fan?
Talking to me or Dizzle?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I'm a huge KB fan. Yeah? Kendrick Bourne, yeah, very underrated. But I mean, you go to that offense, like I said, bottom 5 offense. He's an older guy, and I liked him when he was in the Niners, and he was an older guy with the Niners. Him now? Geez, man. Wish him the best.
All right. Past wide receivers aren't given OFC. They're going to be 32 out of 32. Dizzle, you hopping on Thursday? Ooh, we're getting everybody on there. Quarterbacks need to understand you can't win a Super Bowl blowing your salary cap on one position. It's not NBA. Yeah, but hey, they're if you want a good quarterback, you got to pay for it. Unfortunately, don't think I'll be home in time to got hockey. Hey, you get the hockey game in, man. I'll take Brock at 30 milli. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But for me to comment on the Love and Tua, I think that the Miami did what they had to do. For them to hit the restart button with the roster I think they have, which is a pretty good roster. I think it was just the wrong time to do it. It's not good for Mike McDaniel's career in Miami. He would most likely get fired from that decision if they decided to just move on from Tua. I think there's a lot you can grow with Tua. We just think so lowly of Tua because one, he has the offensive weapons to boost his stats, etc. So we don't get to really see what he could be if he had nothing. But hey, every quarterback has something usually. And then where was I going? I lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. But I think signing Tua to what he got, I think is fine. And I'm going to get into this a little bit more. I think this contract's going to be really good in a few years from now. And then going to Love, I'm fine with it. You know, I said at the very beginning of the offseason where I wanted Love to get paid. I wanted him to become the 4th highest paid quarterback, kind of like what we did with Traden. He's gonna be fine. He learned Taekwondo Jujutsu, so he knows how to fall now. He's fine. Oh my god.
Look how fast that was.
I said at the beginning of the offseason that I wanted Love to become the 4th highest paid quarterback. The same thing we did with Aaron Rodgers after his first year as a starter. We made him the 4th highest paid quarterback. That's where my stance was. I want us to use that contract as like, hey, this is where you're going to end up, and this is where we're going to be. And then Trevor Lawrence came in and ruined the whole day, as I said last week, and ruined the quarterback market. And I looked at that contract and I said, you know, Jordan Love and his agent Mulugeta just put that tweet out in front of on the board there and said, "This is what we want. This right here." And that's what he got, and he becomes the highest paid quarterback of all time. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to have him. As I've said, I know a lot of the people in the comments have said that they think he's a half a year wonder or whatever. I don't believe that. From where he carried himself as the backup, I think he's a starter from the way he handled adversity at the beginning of the year. I think he's a starter the way when he finally they started winning and started putting up amazing stats. He was always holding himself humble, always looking to become better, always attributing his teammates. I thought he was a starter, one of a quarterback that I don't think he's the greatest talent at all. I think he's just in a good. He's making good decisions, making good plays, has good enough arm and decision making, and a good enough coach to be able to put up some amazing stuff. Do I think he has the greatest talent he's the greatest talent since so and so and so and so? No, I don't think that. But he's doing great work, and I think it's going to continue. Now, the one thing that's really upsetting me about this whole where Jordan Love shouldn't deserve this thing, like saying that he only played good the back half of the season. Guys, there was good quarterback play in that first half of the season. It was just mixed in there with trying to figure out what this offense was without Aaron Rodgers. Matt LaFleur had the training wheels on, you could say. He was still trying to figure out what this offense was going to look like under this, without his quarterback audibly out of his play every single down. Jordan Love was able to do amazing things and learn, and he kept growing every single game. Now, everybody thinks about how the season ended with the 2 picks to Greenlaw of the 49ers, and that's how it ended. But Jordan Love, I think, is going to do incredible that season. Yes, there's always a chance that he's going to flop. This is a chance with any contract that you give anybody. There's always a chance of that. But I feel very good about this contract and how it's going to go. AJ, do you want to respond to that before we move on to the next segment?
Yeah, sure. I just feel like you may or may not be targeting me here. I just don't want my words mixed up here. I'm not saying that he's a half-year wonder, right?
That was mostly at the internet.
Okay, mostly at the internet. Okay, because I can relate to you in a lot of ways because just like the Niners quarterback, Brock Purdy, he goes through the same thing. Oh, wow, he hasn't shown enough. He has a team around him. But as I've always said before, you have a quarterback with a good head on his shoulders paired up with a great head coach, which the Green Bay Packers, they have that pair. You're going to find success there, right? So I think Jordan Love is going to be good. Do I think he had a great back half of the season? Yeah, sure. And I think stories would be extremely different if they did not make it to the playoffs, right? Yeah, if those 3 games did not pair up the right way where the Packers go to the playoffs, I think there's going to be more conversation because I still believe that Jordan Love will have gotten paid what he got paid, even after not making it to the playoffs. But the perspective would be a lot different. That's why I'm very excited to go up to this new season. But how much does this is great for the Green Bay Packers. This is absolutely amazing to have their franchise quarterback. But how much does this affect the rest of the team? Right now, it seems like a lot. In the near future, in the very near future, it's not going to seem like that much. But how much will this affect all the young wide receivers that are on that team who are all playing amazing, who are all wanting to be the wide receiver 1, the wide receiver 2. I don't think no one's competing for the wide receiver 3. I think all of them have the talent to be wide receiver 1 and 2s. So how much does that affect it? Because in the next 2 years, you're losing at least 2 guys. You're probably going to lose 3. But where does that play a factor? And that's just wide receivers alone.
Very true. So, in my opinion, Jordan Love getting paid changes nothing about the wide receiver situation. Regardless if Jordan Love got paid or not, I fully realized, like, midway through it last half season, that, hey, we got 4 good guys, and 2-3 years from now, only 2 of those guys are going to be on the roster. And that's just the fact. Only 2 of them we're going to be able to decide, hey, this is the guy that we want to move forward with. And those 2 people that we're going to move forward with completely depends on how this year goes. Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs will be up for new contracts after this next year, and they're going to be looking to get paid or hopefully get paid in the near future, whatever. And then Jaden Reed to Tavion Wicks is going to get paid after the year after that. They're all going to be holding out potentially. You know how wide receivers are the biggest drama queens in the NFL.
Yep.
So I've already accepted that for a while. I'm just going to enjoy this season where I have all 4 of them. Hope it's like the Aaron Rodgers 2011 season where he won MVP, and the wide receiver core was just insane to even think about. That's a whole episode I could talk about that for. But I'm just gonna enjoy this one. I don't think it changes anything about the wide receivers. You see the entire NFL, you can only pay one, maybe two if you're lucky, and then other parts of your team suffer. It's gonna happen. It sucks. Hey, that's why we just hit back in the draft and continue to build. Let's go to these comments and then we'll get into the next topic. NBA has less players to pay. That's the reason why they get so much money, even though the revenue is just not even close to where NFL is. Reed's like, yeah, but I want the Packers to win Super Bowl. Give me that Super Bowl, man. I want another. Until he gets another concussion. Poor guy. Poor Tua. You like my new Photoshop pic in Discord? I saw it. We will not show it. Go look at my TikTok way back in the day where I had Tua getting hit in the head with a shovel after the Green Bay Packers destroyed him on Christmas Day. That was a fun one. AJ, you scared now Purdy's going to demand $60 million, and that's where we're going. Where is the QB market headed from here? Okay, so we all saw, or we've known for a while that this upcoming next year, Dak Prescott will most likely be the biggest free agent on the board. He is most likely not going to get re-signed with the Cowboys. The Cowboys and Jerry Jones are going to move on from Dak most likely, unless this was just an incredible year and they just can't do it, can't move on from him, whatever. We'll see what this year is for the Cowboys. We'll get into that a little bit. AJ's itching at it right now. But most likely Dak will hit the open market, I think, and become the first, in my opinion, $60 million quarterback. I think Dak is getting $60 million on the open market. I believe that 100%. Now, there's another quarterback that is AJ is a big fan of that is going to be up for a new deal, an extension after his third year. And that guy's name is Brock Purdy. Now, a lot of people in this chat will say he's overrated, that he's just some Dairy Queen ice cream scooper or whatever. That's what some people would say. I think he's great. And I think that guy would have a chance of winning a Super Bowl this year. And I think if he gets his team back to the NFC Championship and even the Super Bowl back there again, and maybe even win the Super Bowl, guys, I've heard reports of what the contract that Brock Purdy may get. I've heard $65 million per year. I've heard that. Now, how realistic that is, we'll have to see. I think that it could very well happen with a guy who has gotten underpaid as the Mr. Irrelevant of the draft pick and has gotten just absolutely swindled. But hey, he's a team player. He will never complain about it. He's been a great starter franchise guy for you. He's going to want to get paid all the dang money. And we already know how this is going to go. AJ, you know how this is going to go, right?
He's holding
out. No, he's holding out.
No.
Social media posts.
No.
He's going to change his bio on Instagram, just like how it has been for the past 3 seasons in Niners, San Francisco. He's holding out. We know when do the Niners AJ give their extensions?
In August.
Every single year, right, AJ? We know what's going to happen. He's holding out. He has all the cards. That man is getting $65 million per year. AJ, before we get to the comments, what is your reaction of a potentiality of Brock Purdy getting paid $65 million and me looking really happy with Jordan Love's $55 million?
Well, first of all, okay,
Yes.
Brock Purdy's not going to hold out, okay?
I don't know, man.
If anything, he might hold in, and the only reason why he may hold in is just to stay healthy. But Brock Purdy, the only way I see him getting 60+ mil a year is if he wins the Super Bowl.
Okay.
If the Niners go to the Super Bowl and they win, Brock Purdy is up there for conversation.
Okay.
Do I feel like he's getting 60 mil next year if I get a carbon copy of play that happened this past year to this next year? No, I do not think he's going to get 60
Wow.
mil. I feel like he's still going to be in the same range as Jordan Love and as Trevor Lawrence. Just because it's a year later, I feel like he'll get anywhere between 56 to 57. Now, that number, like I said, dramatically changes to that 60 plus range if he wins in the Super Bowl, which I am praying. Brock Purdy, I love you, dude. Oh my gosh. And I could tell you one thing, Reed. I full on believe 100% he does not feel like he's getting swindled by the Niners or the NFL. If you hear the press conferences with this guy, this dude was praying that a team would just look his way, that he would just even get drafted. He came to a conclusion for himself that he was ready to sign on as a non-drafted free agent, a non-drafted rookie. And the Niners took a chance on him. He was extremely happy. I wish you could see the press conference. If you have time, go check on it. This dude's humble. This is the guy that's like Jordan Love, right? After the games, praises his teammates, praises God. I mean, he's out there. He is very grateful for everything that's come to him. Now, I do believe the Niners would do right by him. They usually do with their players. And this is not a Brandon Ayuk. This is not a Deebo Samuel. Dude, his freaking, what do you call that, agent is a cow out there at his girlfriend or wife's farm at what he works out during his bye week. He is humble as can be. I am terrified of the contract that may come, but I do feel like he is a team player, and I feel like he's going to be a Tom Brady-esque, Patrick Mahomes-esque contract negotiator.
Okay. We'll have to see. Let's hit these comments before we dive even more into this conversation. Big E says, Love does not deserve it. I'm going to be honest. Hey, the thing with Love's contract, you can't just pay him for what he's done, but what you think he's going to be. And the Packers think they're all in on him, so they have to pay him what they think he's going to be. Love the NSP t-shirt, AJ. Woo, NSP.
You get it faithful. At the NSP shop. The link is down in bio. Or if you go on our Twitch, we have a shop link there if you want to buy some NSP merch. It's awesome. Super comfortable. I love it. I hit the gym with it.
Oof. Dak is 100% getting 60 million, says Dizzle, agreeing with me as a reader. AJ, you shook your head. Are we gonna get in that later when we talk about Cowboys, or you want to talk about that now?
Dak Prescott will be the highest paid quarterback next year.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying now. We'll get into it a little bit later.
Okay. No quarterback deserves 50 million unless you have a Super Bowl win under their belt, period. I think that's fine and dandy. But in my opinion, the football is the most team sport out there. We've seen some pretty horrendous quarterbacks, in my opinion, win Super Bowls. I don't think those guys deserve 50 million. So I think it's hard to do just off of Super Bowl wins. Yeah, that's what everybody grades everyone off of nowadays. But me personally, I don't think you should win. Should grade like that. Did either of you see the Brees Hall podcast with Ryan Clark and his crew? I did not. AJ, have you seen it?
I have not. No.
It was funny. Brees was getting chirped for having Jesus, no neck. Why? Poor guy. What's wrong with no neck? Dizzle says this is literally the 49ers last year to win a Super Bowl. It's all or nothing, he says.
If you believe that, then you truly know nothing of football. You know nothing. Period.
I don't think this is the last year to win a Super Bowl. I think this is one of their last best chances for a little bit.
I will say
I
this.
think you're going to lose a lot this
Mr. Dizzle. As long as Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are in that head office, we will always have a chance. We will always have a great team to come. Ever since they made it on there, besides that first half a year, I would say, we've always made it to the playoffs, made it to the championship, always had a chance at the Super Bowl. Period.
All right. Reed is way too happy about the Niners. What? Listen, we talk about them more than any other team on the show because AJ's a Niners fan. We got a lot of Niners fans in the chat. I know this Niners team very well. Not as well as AJ, but I know him well. Better than a lot of other teams.
I really want to bring back Niner Talk. That's
Do
where we
it.
met Big Money Joe, NSP Niner Talk.
Yeah,
Missed
you
those
gotta do
days.
it. Yours was a hit. Packer Talk never took off. Never took
Even
off.
Seahawk Talk of all teams. Seahawk Talk.
Seahawk Talk took off. They got like 500 views one episode. I was like, I'm over here with my 50. I'm like, hey guys. They ain't beating the Chiefs. They're kryptonite. A lot of teams aren't beating the Chiefs. Like
I wouldn't go as far as saying that they're the Niners' kryptonite. I would say that if it was a huge mismatch, but I don't think that's the case. I just think the Chiefs got the better of the Niners the past few Super Bowls, and that's really it. You look back in the game, Mahomes threw like what, had 4 turnovers. Christian McCaffrey, fumbled in the red zone. I mean, it's just they're great games.
I'm not gonna read this one. AJ, do you have any tips for this request from Dizzle?
Any tips and tricks from NSP?
Soap.
Dude wipes.
Dude wipes are good.
Dude wipes.
Yeah, don't run out.
Yeah, don't go over your friend's house and use all of them.
Don't leave the restroom with no toilet paper.
There's toilet paper in the cabinet, dude.
There's 0 toilet paper.
Dude, you didn't look in the cabinet. You just saw dude wipes. And you're like, I'm taking all of it.
I didn't know what to do.
I'm using all of it.
I didn't know what to do.
There's literally some in the cabinet, dude.
Why wouldn't you restock? There's literally, you had a sign in your bathroom that says, make sure you restock the toilet paper. You didn't do it.
Oh, because dude, Vince was in there before.
No, I went first.
And we all know what Vince was doing in the restroom.
No, I went first.
Did you?
Yes. You left there no toilet paper. When you put a sign up to replace the toilet paper.
My wife put that sign up.
And you don't follow it.
No, I don't. I don't listen to my wife. Who does
Can't
that?
blame me. What's up, Andrea? Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Only team that can beat Kansas City is Joe Burr, Jay Chase, T. Hickey, and them boys.
Who are them boys? But besides the people who you name, who are them boys? Who else is on that team now?
Yeah, the team's very different. We'll see. We'll see what they can do with it. Hopefully, they all stay healthy. I would love to see a healthy season from the Bengals to see what they can do in the AFC. I think that would make it really interesting over there.
For sure.
Even Mahomes' money is too much for the 49ers PR. Personally, I don't think that's... Well, yeah, they'll have to definitely say goodbye to a few pieces, in my opinion. But I think they can survive with Mahomes' money. I would take Mahomes' contract in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Adrenaline in my soul, he says. Can't wait for fantasy football with y'all boys. Back to the future.
Is that a fantasy football name? That is freaking awesome. And if you guys haven't yet, join our fantasy leagues. We are full in our gold league. We Dizzle, I need you to join, dude. I sent you the link. It's on Discord, so I can set you on there. And then free league, we have 2 more spots available. And we also have a dynasty league, guys. Remember, there's a dynasty league. If y'all want to join, hit me up. Let's go, man. We're almost there.
Woo. All right. Just says, as long as John Lynch doesn't have a first-round pick, Ricky P already looking like a poo. I took this morning after finding a giant chocolate chip cookie last night.
We got to remember, Ricky Pearsall's in training camp right now.
Yeah.
Just coming off of an injury. Look how fast he came back. I mean, I'm not worried about it.
We'll see what it is. He doesn't need to shine on week 1 or in the season right away. They got enough wide receivers, especially if they do end up keeping Ayuk.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's a long-term after Ayuk or after Debo situation, most likely. Agree with AJ, Shanahan, and Lynch. That's the dream team right there. AJ, Shanahan, and Lynch. Can't stop them.
Hell yeah,
AJ's the missing link. That's what they need to hire in order to win a Super Bowl.
Yes. I am the Batman suit that takes out Superman.
Oh, okay. Yeah. CMC getting too old and Debo's done in San Francisco after this year, he says. CMC, his age is getting up there, but until I see some regression.
How many years have people said that already?
It's been saying for the past 2 years, I think.
CMC is the best running back in the league. So you think he's just going to flip a switch one year to another? He's not Austin Eckler.
We'll see. I hope he doesn't. I love CMC. I love the way he plays. And Debo, we'll see what Debo is. I think he's someone that they could move on from if they find the right trade partner. And they won't just trade him away to get rid of him for like a 5th round pick or something like that. Like one of those trades. If they get the right deal, I think they may move on from Debo, either in the season or after the season. Just my opinion. Some guys at work last week was wearing a Dude Wipes polo, and yes, I was judging. See, I will use Dude Wipes and whatever. Will I wear a shirt about Dude Wipes? I think that's a little bit weird, a little bit too far. I don't know about that. Wipes better be in the trash, not the toilet, coming from a plumber. Hey,
they say they're flushable.
That's what they say. I live in an apartment, so I don't really care what they do. If anything, we're making more money for you, Traden. You're welcome. I'm keeping you in business. I got you.
Plugs up, and I'll call you.
Yeah, I'll clog everywhere up and make sure they got your number. Okay, Traden? I got you. Vince is something in the sheets. Was he doing something in the bathroom? Vince is a good person, and he would never do that. What AJ always insinuates about him.
Really? You started it.
I didn't start nothing.
You did.
What did I do?
Yeah, we can't talk about that here. We can't talk about
Oh, my gosh. Bengals blow, Big Money Joe says. Dizzle says, can we go through the John Lynch first-round pick draft history? Some bright guy from Stanford, huh?
You mean Ohio State with Nick Bosa? That guy? Yeah, that was a great pick. Great pick.
And the others?
We'll talk about the others.
We don't talk about the others. No. Hey, he hits in the other rounds. He makes great grades. John Lynch,
later rounds, dude. We're legit.
They're legit.
Later rounds.
They're legit.
Yeah.
The first round just hasn't been that great. Either you don't have the pick or it's a miss.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. Ricky Pearsall will change it all. For sure. Breece Hall is the best running back in the league. You will see this year. We've both gone on record saying that Breece Hall could be very well the best running back in the league as of next year. Right now, I'm giving the award to CMC because what he did last year and what I think he can continue to do. Breece Hall may be able to eclipse everybody, I think. Trader says they aren't flushable, my guy.
It says on the package.
It says on the package.
If not, I sue. It's a win-win for me.
Nick Bosa was a freaking layup.
Dude, N'Keal Harry is supposed to be a freaking layup, okay? Eat your
tongue. Dang. And Vincent backs this up. He says flushable wipes. Maybe the other wipes that you can buy from like the HEB brand or whatever. Nah. Not the Dude wipes. Those are flushable.
The Great Value.
Yeah, I see him go down. I see him go down that toilet every single time. Traded. I don't know what you're talking about. They go down every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Where do they go? I don't know. They're not in my toilet though.
This podcast is devolved. I heard Dude wipes was flushable. See, Dizzle knows. I wanted to flush that guy's polo. Could have worked, honestly. Like, it probably said on the package on his shirt that they were flushable.
Yeah.
I would believe it.
Yeah. We're going to tell me that Dude bombs can't be flushed?
Watch me. N'Keal was in the wrong position. Watch tight end 1 take over season. We'll have to see. Dizzle. We're taking... Hey, Nestor, I think you're watching right now. Take a screenshot of this for us.
Yeah, Nestor, clip that.
Clip that.
Oh, I'm just saying that.
It has an asterisk on it, so they are really flushable. There we go. See? No, Trading's not backing down here.
Okay.
I don't know.
We should move on.
Yeah. Imagine the plumber pulling out a polo from a drain pipe.
It says flushable.
It says flushable, man. What do you mean? All right, let's move on from the Dude wipes. Thank you, Traden, for educating us. We will try not to flush as many Dude wipes in the future. Thank you very much. All right, let's move on to Steelers quarterback situation. Now, we all know what they did this offseason. They signed both Russell Wilson and then made a trade for a very late rounder for Justin Fields. And they ended up with 2 quarterbacks that were starting as of last year. Now, Russell Wilson, they got on a great contract, paying him like $1 million this season to get a guy who's used to be a really good football player. And they got Justin Fields, a great up-and-comer. Both of them are their last years of their deals and will have to be re-signed or hit free agency this offseason. Now, at the very beginning, when they signed both of these guys, they stuck to Russell Wilson saying, hey, this is our guy. We are starting in the beginning of the season. Could things happen after that? Of course. Now, on like the second or third day of camp, Russell Wilson, in Russell Wilson fashion, hurt his calf. Not even in on the field, just hurt his calf. And now Justin Fields is now taking QB1 reps with the team, making plays, showing that everybody that, hey, there's still potential here. Even though I'm the biggest Justin Fields hater, there's potential there. What are we going to see in this quarterback situation? AJ, what's your reaction to it?
I mean, as of right now, yeah, you see potential because he's a younger guy. The ceiling's higher at this moment, right? But I'm not reading into the media. I'm not reading into the fans here. The fans were freaking screaming Kenny Pickett last year. Kenny Small Hands Pickett. Kenny Small Hands Pickett. That's what they were cheering last year. They're chanting that. I think some of these fans need to go out in the real world and not live in the program age anymore. Like, come on, bro. I get it. You're in Pittsburgh. Grow up a little bit. Justin Fields is the best thing to you guys in slice spread. I get that. He's going to get a big contract next year. We understand that. He's going to take over as a QB1 spot. Not immediately. Give it time, right? They already promised Russell Wilson. This is not an Andy Dalton situation. Russell Wilson will be the starter there. He will be healthy. You guys are acting like he's going to be out for months. He's not. He's going to miss maybe a week or two at max. He's going to be back, get the first team reps. He's the veteran. Let Justin Fields learn a little bit. He never got to learn. Justin Fields never got to learn. Why not learn under Russell Wilson?
6 weeks he got, or like 5 or something like that.
That's it. In a horrible coaching staff, on a horrible team. And give it some time. You have one of the best head coaches out there in the league. He knows what he's doing. Learn a little bit under Russell Wilson. He may not be as talented as he once was, but he's also one of the vets here in the NFL who's accomplished a lot in the NFL, who's won a Super Bowl in the NFL. Hey, Mike Tomlin, I won a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson, he's won a Super Bowl. Let's put that together. Let's teach Justin Fields a little bit. You have a bright future in the NFL. Let's make you better. Let's groom you into something that could be great. And then let's move on, okay? Justin Fields is not going to start right away. I do have him starting midway through the season. But I hate reading into stuff like that.
All right. Kid Dizzle says Justin Fields equals quarterback 1. Andrea's still laughing from the Dude Wipes conversation. Dizzle says, how many more topics? We got one more after this. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one, right, AJ?
Oh, it's going to be great.
Justin Fields doesn't take responsibility. He blames everyone else.
Nestor took a screenshot. Nice.
I like that. Justin Fields has slept on. He just needs to go down and stop taking hits. I don't know. Where we see him the best is where he tries to send plays. Where he needs to do is not really go down, but throw the ball away. I think he's talking now. You're talking about when he's on the run past the line of scrimmage. I'm thinking behind the line of scrimmage. That's where I think. I think he takes too many sacks because he's just running around acting like a fool. Throw it out of bounds. There ain't nothing happening on that play. Week 3, Shefty going to tweet, Russ went to town on, oh my God, after a big comeback bang. He's out indefinitely with a strained something. Justin Fields will start week 4. That's wild. That's wild. For me, I very much agree with AJ here. There's going to be noise about who's going to start all season just because there's, you know how the media is. They got to spin things. They got to create content. So there's going to be controversy. And even when the season starts, every single bad play, regardless who's taking the snaps, there's going to be, hey, you should put that guy back in. Hey, show Justin Fields what he can do, etc. There's going to be controversy their entire time as long as they're both on the roster. By the end of the day, I do think Russell Wilson will earn the starting job as far as week 1. will Justin Fields have the chance to take it back for sure? I think Mike Tomlin will treat it as the way it should be treated as the head coach that he is. I think very highly of Mike Tomlin, at least me personally. I think he's going to do a good job as far as handling, as far as when he's if there is a chance of switching off quarterbacks. I think he's going to do it the right way. Only if Russell Wilson's actually being terrible and not like Sean Payton did with where he just hated the guy and wanted nothing to do with him and threatening you need to strike down this clause or we're going to sit you and yada yada yada. Don't get me started about Sean Payton. But I think Russell Wilson could, honestly, in my opinion, has a good chance of winning the starting position for the entire year. When you go from Kenny Smallhands Pickett to an actual quarterback, which I think Justin Fields and Russell Wilson are very much superior to Kenny Pickett, very much so. I think Russell Wilson has a good chance of keeping the job for at least most of the season, unless he just starts playing horribly for a good stretch.
Very well said. Yeah, very well said.
Cool. All right, we are going on to our last topic. And AJ, I'm going to hand off the mic to you. Cowboys holdouts, yee-haw.
Yeehaw, doggy. We just saw Jerry Jones saying that the saddle's getting a little hot out there in Dallas, Texas. Well, I'll tell you what. You out there, you fools out there in Dallas, Texas, you ain't no real Cowboys, all right? Y'all just keep on pretending to be Cowboys, and you businessmen will keep on flopping and get out of the first round of the playoffs every single year. And I'll tell you why, brother. You know, this is what we're doing, all right? So the Cowboys, I got 4 parts to this. I do apologize for that. That was not planned.
That was so good. I thought you planned that.
I did not. I just
you practiced that in the mirror or what?
No. Like I said, we're in San Antonio, Texas. This is Texas right here. Okay. All right. So there's 4 parts to this segment I want to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys. And no, I'm not going to talk about holdouts just this second. Okay. We'll get to CeeDee Lamb a little bit later. Okay. But number 1 I want to talk about is Sam Williams. Sam Williams. Oh, AJ, this is just one of those guys, I guess. He's just a guy. He's replaceable. He's not even a name in this. Okay, this is where you're wrong. Okay, this is Sam Williams' 3rd year with the Dallas Cowboys. He got drafted back in 2022 in the 2nd round. Now, we all know Jerry Jones. He's in full-on control of 1st, 2nd, 3rd round guys. Those are the guys that he wants. Now, Sam Williams, they were counting on him this year. They were counting him to play a huge role because not only did they go all in and do nothing in free agency, not only did they not get anything in the draft, it wasn't good. I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. Cowboys fans didn't like it. I don't think Jerry Jones liked it. I don't know what he was doing. He was out there playing patty cake with Joe Biden or something. But they also lost Darren Armstrong and Dante Fowler. Who are those guys? For those of y'all who don't know football, those are the guys who are the supporting cast for Micah Parsons and why he was so successful out there in the defensive front. That's why Micah Parsons was able to get through a lot as a great pass rusher. They're both gone. They both went with Dan Quinn out there in Washington. They're outies. Oh, do I need to mention that they lost Leighton Vander Esch? We all know that, right? We all know they lost Leighton Vander Esch. That's a huge hit. I know that he gets injured, right? I know that year after year he misses some time, but that is still a big name in the backfield. So I don't think that he's a Jag. And for those of y'all who don't know these terms, a Jag is reference for just a guy. All right. He's not a Jag. And this guy had a huge part in this upcoming defense. And now that he's not there, a guy who's familiarized with that defense for the past 3 years, a guy who had 4.5 sacks last year and was great in pass rushing, he's no longer there. They lost their top 2 guys. They lost Leighton Vander Esch. What is that defensive front going to look like? Now we're looking at Micah Parsons, right? So now Micah Parsons is in the picture. Contract year from Micah Parsons. What did he do this offseason? He lost 10 pounds. Now, 10 pounds may not seem like a lot for some people, but This means one thing, right? They get a new defensive coordinator, a guy who's familiarized with Michael Parsons when they first got drafted to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's revert him back to his original plan. His original plan was to be a true linebacker, right? To get that coverage, to set the edges, and not be a true pass rusher. For example, back when in 2022, a game against the Green Bay Packers, Micah Parsons had 14 snaps in pass coverage. In 9 of those snaps, he was in deep coverage, covering a wide receiver, getting smoked out of his mind. All right. Now, how did he finish? As far as top 5 pass rushers, didn't even make the top 5. Compared to last year, he was number 1. Number 1. If you want, we could catch up with the comments here before I continue on.
No, keep going, keep going. You're on.
All right. So, and then, like I said, he was number 1 last year. He's still going to get a contract. This is contract year for him. He should be one of the highest paid non-quarterbacks in the league. Let's move on to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott will totally reset the market, kind of like what we talked about earlier. This guy, I'm projecting him to have one of the biggest, if not the biggest, contract next year as a quarterback, depending how this next year goes. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are all in. They don't have anyone else. They didn't draft a quarterback. They didn't get a quarterback off of free agency. They didn't do anything. They didn't get any new weapons for Dak Prescott. They didn't get any protection for Dak Prescott. So what are they doing with him? Crossing their fingers, hoping it works out this year. And if not, someone else will pay him. We're restarting. Jerry Jones, he's going to retire because he's going to be on his deathbed pretty soon. We'll see. Up next, let's get to CeeDee Lamb, the last part of the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, also, Dak Prescott, like I said, projected him to have the one highest paid contracts as a quarterback, which will make him the highest paid quarterback, highest paid player in the league. Now, lastly, CeeDee Lamb. He's holding out or holding it, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too familiarized with what's going on there in Dallas with those guys. But it's rumored right now that the Dallas Cowboys are closing in on a 4-year deal that's worth anywhere between 136 mil to 138 mil on a 4-year deal, which if it's 136, that puts him at a 34 mil per year and would also make him the highest paid wide receiver in the league. Now, does he deserve it? He sure plays like it. Sure, why not? Let's make him the highest paid wide receiver in the league. But then that leads me to my next freaking take. 3 guys, contract years. You got the highest paid defensive end to freaking rusher, right? The highest guy, Micah Parsons, going to be the highest quarterback paid, going to be the highest wide receiver paid. And then you got to decide what you're going to do with your head coach. You got 4 guys on contract years. So what do you do as the Dallas Cowboys? What do you do? Can you afford that? The Niners could afford it. This is different. These are all guys that are going to be the highest paid in their position offensively. Now, offensively, that makes a huge difference. I get it. Michael Parsons is defense, but it's going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. So that's my take on the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're in huge shit. I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see from there. I don't know.
I think it's very well said. I would agree with you. They are in big trouble. I think them winning last year was their best chance with the team that they had. And I think things might just start to explode on them from here on out, potentially. Let's get to these comments. Kenny Pickett is a good quarterback, says concussed Dizzle. CD about to get 136, close to being done, as AJ reported. Herb Bayless might be trying out for defensive end, offered from 11 from heaven to next season. That would be something I would love to see. I think he would bring a lot of energy to that defense. I have to say that about Skip Bayless. He would bring a lot of energy. Heard Fred Warner wants to get traded to the Cowboys. Ooh, breaking news here.
You can't stand the Cowboys. Look at his conferences.
Dizzle, you can cuss from hockey or something. That's not sweet. Okay. You can cuss from hockey or something. I hope he's not. I'm out of here, gangsters, as he continues to hit the chats. Now I'm just tired. I want to go to bed. Should I start going camera on the hat in softball camera? So I didn't know you played softball. I would love to see it.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
AJ, I love you so much, and I love your notepad, says Dizzle.
Like Reed said prior, when you get on camera, when the lights are on you, you're talking live, it's hard to retain everything you want to say on here. So sometimes it's best if you just write things down, you know?
I very much agree. Good night, Dizzle. Dream. Joe, enjoy the F out of your marg and maybe get another one for me. Such best friends. We will meet one day. Dizzle. I gotta visit Boston soon.
Where's it?
Dallas is going to cook and then got Dak, CD, the Archer, and Zeke back. They got to 2. Zeke will pound it in, just like the ladies say. Okay. I got to pre-read these things, man. 100% Joe. Loves to see it. Lights too bright for AJ. AJ's got some bright lights. Not as bright as mine, but...
I'm actually very dark. I look very light complected.
You look good. All right. Well, I don't got a whole lot left to say about the Cowboys holdouts. I hope they get some deals done. I think CD is the one that deserves the most from what I hear about that locker room. Nobody likes Micah at all. He's just that weird, like, uncle or something that just hangs around or something and just has these wild takes. I don't know how CJ Stroud puts up with that dude. Ugh. I do not like him at all. I think Micah could hit the open market. I mean, he wants to. We've heard him say multiple times of playing elsewhere and just being a bad teammate, in my opinion. So you could definitely see Micah leaving. And Dak, I think he's hitting free agency. I really don't see a world where they end up coming to terms, him and that Cowboys team. AJ, what nationality are you?
Take a wild guess.
I'm going to take a wild guess. Reed is Irish. I have actually, my dad did a DNA test, and it turns out I'm more Viking than Irish.
Wow.
Yeah. I have the McCall, which makes me sound Irish, but there's not as much Irish as you would think.
I always want to take those.
Yeah.
See what tribe I'm from.
Tribe?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Cool. All right. I think that's all we got. You got anything else, AJ?
I don't. Remember fantasy football mock drafts on Thursday. Rave, you better show up, dude. And remember, guys, this is the last week I'm going to be pushing for fantasy football to join our fantasy leagues because they're already filling up. I got 2 more spots available for our free league. Our gold league's maxed out, and we got some spots available for our dynasty league. Y'all better join before time is up.
All right. AJ just took his guess. Are you Vietnamese American?
Close.
Maybe that's when you'll get it.
Yeah.
Reed, do you have a Viking horn? I do not have a Viking horn. I will put it on my wish list and invest. Hey, what did you say? You DM'd me.
The link to join our fantasy football gold league, which is on Discord.
All right. Well, guys, that's all we've got for the rest of today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'm actually going to read this one just because I really like it. I like how Dizzle has been going to sleep for like an hour now.
You get used to it.
It happens every single time. As soon as Dizzle says, hey, I'm going to go to sleep, it's another 20, 30 minutes easy that he's going to continue to chat or put more comments than anybody else. But I love it. Thank you, Dizzle. We're not knocking you right here. Please continue to comment. We do appreciate it. Have a good night. Thank you, Andrea. You as well. Who in the NSP Treasury Department has a Venmo, or will I have to just dust off PayPal? I have a Venmo. Technically, I have not opened it in a long time. I don't even have the app on my phone. If you really need me to, I can re-download it.
I asked you.
I have one.
Dude,
I don't even know if I know the password to it.
Wow.
I'll try tomorrow. All right. Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are getting closer and closer, as I said at the beginning of this thing, 37 days away from football. We are going to be gearing up so we can have so much content for you, hopefully, this NFL football season. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of different things. We're about to enter a board meeting to talk about all that and seeing how we're going to give you guys the best content that we can possibly give you, all you NSP Gold members out there. So thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate all the comments, all the love, And Dizzle, you hit that bed like you need to. All right, man. See you guys next time. Keep on grinding.